Hi everyone, it's Rosie here with Pickerel Fishing. Urban fishing and river fishing, if you've not done it, is just a little bit different than what maybe you do if you're used to going out to the lake, doing that kind of thing. So I'm going to walk you through what I use and what I do here at Pickerel Park. And yeah, hopefully this is helpful for you. All right, so I'm going to just go through some of the equipment I use. People are going to be using one of these sticks to hold the rod holder, but you're literally going to be seeing sticks all around here that people have left behind, and that's what they're using them for, is just to hold your rod. Generally you're going to be waiting quite some time, so you're not going to be holding it in your hand necessarily the entire time. Net, measuring board just in case you catch that master, a set of pliers. You're going to need weights, and I'll talk about these in a sec. And then I like to use, well, everybody likes to use Pickerel Rigs. It is definitely not the only way to fish, but you'll notice that a lot of people are going to be using these. So in terms of weights, you have these round ones. These are better for places where it's really rocky. So Lockport, for example, you'll probably be using a rounder weight. These flat weights are used for a different method of fishing. Here at Pickerel Park, I use these guys. And you'll notice all of these have a number on them that corresponds to the weight, 6 ounces. Today I'm using 5, and it seems to be just at the limit. It is still spring, but the water is really low. And then I'm going to be teaching you how to assemble these pickerel rigs if you've never done it before. All right, here we go. Right, so now I'm going to be talking about the pickerel rigs. You're going to notice that on the package, there's lots of different brands, but the packages will always have a number associated with them, and that refers to the hook size. The smallest ones being number 1, maybe they come smaller, I don't think so. And then they go up to about 8 or even bigger for, you know, if you're going to be targeting catfish in particular. So I like to go with number 2 when I'm fishing here in the park, because you never really know what you're going to catch. And it's kind of the standard size. Number 1 would be if you're going after goldeye or maybe after some suckers, okay? So inside the package, you're going to have 2 different pieces. It comes with 2 hooks and then this thing here, the harness or whatever you call it. But start with this end here. This end here. And you're going to unravel that, and then you're going to attach these hooks to that. Remember to pinch your barbs in Manitoba. It occurred to me that you may not know how to do this part, so I'm going to just do a quick tutorial. Okay, so when you get these hooks, you're going to just take this loop end, put it through the metal bit here, through the eye. You're going to then just take the hook through that loop and pull tightly. Okay, so there you have it. That's kind of what the final product looks like. And yeah, now we have our pickerel rig ready to go. My pickerel rigs are ready, and this is how I like to store them. I just get a block of foam here and then get a bunch ready while I'm sitting and waiting, because sometimes it's a little bit between catching fish. So I have a 25-pound braided line on here, and then I put a swivel just for convenience. You put the little loop through the swivel, and then you put your bait on here. So depending what you're trying to catch, I'm just using worms or frozen minnows. If I was going after catfish, then you might want to use something like shrimp or liver. I've seen hot dogs. And at the very end here, I have my weight. Okay, so I've casted out to close to the middle of the river. I'm just going to put this in here. And the idea is that you want the line to be fairly tight, because you want to be able to see that tip move. Now on a busy day, you're going to have a lot of people here. I've only got this one fellow, and you don't want to be casting over other people's lines. This is where the weight of the weight that you're using is important, because you don't want it streaming and just tangling up with other people. All right, I just got some rod movement here, so we're going to see if there's something on the end. So the rod I use is a big 8-foot rod that allows me to cast further out. People use 9-foot rods, and I've seen, you know, crazy stuff. It's not an expensive rod. In fact, my line is worth more than the rod itself, but I do like the Shimano effects. And I'm gonna just launch to about the middle of the river, or if there's an eddy line, that's a great place to launch to as well. And yeah, put it in the rod holder, and then we wait. Okay, I've got a fish on. I don't know if this video is gonna catch it. There we go. We got a little catfish. All right, so I'm gonna send this guy back right away. Isn't that fun? Well, it looks like my neighbor just caught something. There we go. Just want to show you really quickly. So these are incredibly pointy, and so is its dorsal fin. Be very careful when handling these guys. The smaller they are, the more pointy it seems to me. I was just about to wrap up, and then I got this little guy. So, you know, you add another 15 minutes of fishing every time you catch a fish, right? All right, everyone, I'm just wrapping up my day here at Simtel Park. So I brought in 3 baby catfish. Not what I was hoping for, but that's okay. You never know what you're going to catch here, and that's one of the lovely things. I've caught master catfish, master suckers. I've seen over 21-inch walleye come out of here. I've seen pike, perch, and other fish as well. So lots that you can catch right here within the city limits. You don't need to drive very far, right? And even when you come into the park, if you took the bus here, you just need to walk straight down from the entrance of the park. That's where I am. The boat launch is behind me here. It's quite rocky there. You can give it a go, but expect some snags. Here you're going to be less snaggy. It's very dry right now, but if this gets mucky, watch yourself because you may lose some boots in that Manitoba gumbo. Anyway, I hope you've learned something. I'm going to be showing you different techniques on another day, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it.